messages, though, for the Cubans for Trump. Actually, for all Latinos for Trump. The Supreme Court just revoked the legal status of 500,000 people from like Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, I think, and then somewhere else. So you guys better start packing your shit, because they're coming after you. They don't care that you voted for them. They never cared about you in the first place, dog. We tried to tell you this shit, but you didn't listen. So now they're coming after you. Supreme Court just ruled on it. You guys better start packing, because they're going to either leave on your own terms now at this point, or they're going to come after you. You guys are in danger. And you voted for it. That's the crazy part.
Breaking news, because this just happened a couple hours ago. The Supreme Court ruled, and it is going to allow Trump and his administration to strip the humanitarian parole of 500,000 people from 4 countries. A protection that was in place to keep them from being deported is being stripped, and it is going to result in at least 500,000 people being deported who come from 4 countries. Do you want to guess what one of those countries is? The very first one listed? Cuba. Donald Trump and his administration are revoking the protection of thousands of Cubans. Without that protection, those Cubans do not have legal asylum in the United States. And the Trump administration is going to deport thousands of Cubans and send them back to Cuba. They told you that Barack Obama was Fidel. They told you that Hillary Clinton was Fidel. They told you that Bernie Sanders was Fidel. They told you that Joe Biden was Fidel. They told you that Kamala Harris was Fidel. And you believed them. And now, Donald Trump, who needed your vote to get elected, is going to deport Cubans back to Cuba. Myself and others said this would happen, but I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm not here to celebrate this. My heart is broken. I'm a white boy, but I'm from Florida, and I have spent so much of my life around wonderful Cuban people. I have fallen in love with your food and your music and your culture. And then I watched a political party in my country weaponize very legitimate, real fears that you have and lie to you and tell you that if you didn't vote for them, what happened in Cuba would happen to you here. And you did. And now they're sending some of you back to that place because they only cared about your vote. And they don't actually care about you.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today, we are looking at a story that is making headlines. It's hard to believe, but here we are. The US Supreme Court has just given DT the green light to end a humanitarian parole program that helped over 530,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. That means thousands of people who were legally living and working in the US are now facing possible deportation. And here's the kicker. Many Cuban Americans actually supported and voted for DT. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same, and I'll be back with my commentary. All credit goes to the original creators of these videos.
I just heard the news about the humanitarian protection being canceled. I hate that for the Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, and the Haitians. I love y'all. I'm from Fort Pierce. I love y'all to pieces, and I rock with y'all. Baby, whatever you need me to do, you let me know what I can do to help. But them Cubans from Miami, y'all can get the f out of here. You ain't never heard me talk about going to Miami to visit. All my family from that area is gone from Miami. The only time I go down there is to shop and to eat. I don't walk around with South Beach. I don't with Miami Cubans. They turn Florida red. They racist. And I tell every group of young kids, do not go down there supporting their business because they don't round with y'all. They don't like us. To my Latins for Trump. Look what he, it couldn't have happened to a better group of people.
Hey guys, we just got a ruling from the Supreme Court that is not in favor, unfortunately, of those who enter the U.S. on the Biden humanitarian parole program. According to the new order from the Supreme Court, the Trump administration will be allowed to proceed and revoke and terminate the status of those who entered the United States on the Biden Humanitarian Parole program. This ruling will affect over 500,000 immigrants who are currently here in the U.S. They entered the country legally, they followed the laws, and now the Trump administration is revoking the status that was given to them by the government of the United States. This is devastating not only for their families, but also for their friends, their employers, and people who depend on them abroad. If you guys have any questions about how this ruling will affect your case or the case of a family member or friend, please make sure to reach out to us. You can use the link in our bio. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
This program, created during the Biden administration, allowed people fleeing poverty, political instability, and violence to stay in the U.S. with a work permit and temporary protection. To qualify, they needed a U.S. sponsor and had to pass background checks. It wasn't a free pass, it was a structured, vetted program, meaning to give people a chance at survival and stability. But now, DT, with the backing of the highest court in the country, is ready to editor. And the same communities that cheered for him, they are now feeling the impact of his policies firsthand. For Cuban Americans, this moment is especially painful. Many supported DT because they believed he was strong on foreign policy or tough on socialism. In places like Florida, where Cuban American voters are a powerful political force, DT gained a lot of ground. They helped him win, but now some of those very same voters or their relatives could be forced to pack up and leave the country they worked hard to contribute to. This is not just a political issue, it's a personal issue. Families are being torn apart. Parents who have children in American schools are now being told they don't belong. Workers who help build homes, care for the sick, and keep the economy running are being treated like criminals. How can a country say thank you for your handwork one day and then say get out the next day? And let's talk about the economic side of this. These migrants were working legally. They were filling labor shortages, paying taxes, and contributing to local communities. Deporting them doesn't just hurt the migrants, it hurts the American economy too. The moving of 500,000 workers will leave major gaps in industries like construction, agriculture, hospitality, and even healthcare. It's not just a humanitarian crisis, it's an economic mess. Now, some Cuban Americans are speaking out. They are angry, they are confused, and feeling betrayed. And honestly, who can blame them? Many believed DT would protect Cuban interests. They thought he would be different, but when it came down to it, politics won over people. Power won over coercion. This is a reminder that political decisions have a real-life consequence. It's easy to get caught up in slogans and speeches, but the truth always comes out. DT's tough stance on immigration was never just about criminals or open borders. It was about limiting who gets to belong in America, even if they are doing everything right. It's also a reminder that supporting someone who goes after others today doesn't mean they won't come for you tomorrow. First, it was undocumented immigrants, then refugees. Now, even those under legal humanitarian parole are being targeted. Then who is next? It's heartbreaking to hear stories of Cuban families who fled political persecution only to find themselves being persecuted again, this time in a country they thought would protect them. Many of them worked hard, stayed out of trouble, and followed every rule, but still they are being told they don't matter. The fear in the community is growing. Parents are afraid to go to work. Kids are scared their loved ones won't come back home. People are living in limbo, unsure if today will be the last day in the country they once called home. And the sad part of it, all of this could have been avoided if voters had listened, not just to politicians, but to communities directly affected by these policies. We might not be here. Many people want that DT immigration problems were dangerous. Many activists and immigrants themselves said he is not for us, but those voices were often ignored. Now, the same people who cheered for stricter borders are seeing those wars close in on their own families. It's not karma, it's consequences. It's what happens when short-term politics ignore long-term human cost. To the Cuban American community, this is a wake-up call. It's time to reflect, to speak up, and to stand together. Whether you supported DT or not, this is your moment to defend your people. Not just for the next election, but for the future of your families and your community. And for those who are not affected directly, this is your reminder that immigration is not just a political issue. It's about people, families, and human dignity. No one flees their countries unless they have to. No one leaves everything behind unless they are desperate. The least we can do is treat them with compassion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.